Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Tones, the channel all about going low and heavy with guitar. And in this video, I want to really see how low we can take a guitar. And this is sort of a part 2. I did do a previous version where I took this Squier Jazzmaster with a 30-inch scale, put some heavy gauge strings on, and tuned it down to B0. So that's the same B as a low B on a 5-string bass. But in this video, I want to take it a step further. Actually 2 steps further. I'm taking the low string down to A0. And with this, I've used some thicker gauge strings. So I've used the Ernie hybrid Slinky bass set, which is a 105 to a 45. And then I've added a single 30 and a single 22 to give this low tuning on this guitar. I've tuned the 1st and 5th strings to a drop E, and then I've added a low A onto the bottom. And then for the tone, I've used STL Tonehub, which I'm a real big fan of, and I've used the new preset pack of the SLO 100. It sounds pretty good with this low tuning, and I'm going to do a quick playthrough of a song. I've used a sort of more slow, grindy song because I think that sort of suits this low tuning, and then after that we'll talk more about the setup. So let's take a listen to the song and let me know what you think. Also, quickly before jumping into the playthrough, if you like what you see on this channel, please subscribe to it and click on that notification bell so you can be notified of future videos. Here we go. Okay, so I just want to give a quick run through on the amp tone that I've used for this guitar. So in here, I'm using Logic. I've recorded 2 takes of the Jazzmaster as a guitar tone, and then I've also recorded the Jazzmaster as a bass tone. So let's first go over the guitars. As I've already mentioned, I've used STL Tonehub, and I've used a preset pack on the SLO 100. And I find that this amp really works pretty well with this low tuning. So I'm going to play back the guitar. I'm just going to center that. This is using the high gain OD. It's using a Mesa Boogie. If you just look here, a 4x12, and it's marked up with an SM57 and a 121. So here's the guitar tone. And that's when it's in the sort of low E tuning. Then over here, when it drops to the low A, then with both those guitars. So I'll just pan that back to the left. And this guitar here has the exact same settings with the Tonehub. Then for the bass tone, that's over here, I've used the Jazzmaster as a bass. I've also used an instance of Tonehub. Let's just get rid of that. And this is using an emulation of the SVT Ampeg with an 8x12 cabinet recorded with an AKG D112. And that sounds like this. For the processing, I've got a compressor going into an EQ with a boost on the low, rolling off the highs, Then I've also used this really cool freeware version of a SandSamp, the BOD. So this is it before. So it's driven by the SVT, and then with this. And then just an extra EQ afterwards, just doing a cut out of a resonance area over there. So it's pretty cool that you can use one guitar as a very low tuned guitar and as a bass. So I'm going to play the guitars and then I'll add in the bass so you can hear the difference. And now with the bass. Then the bass. And then the guitars. So that's how I got that guitar tone with that very low tuned Jazzmaster and using Tonehub for the guitar and the bass tone. Awesome, so I hope you enjoyed that video with this super low tuned guitar. Do you think it works? Does it still sound like a guitar, or is it sounding more like a bass, or is it just ridiculously low? Well, I had a lot of fun with it. I think it's pretty cool to try super low tunings, but this is probably a bit low and I'm going to tune this guitar up. Also, I'd like to thank my brilliant wife who gave me some branded shirts. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. If you'd like to get some of these shirts, maybe I can start doing some merchandise for this. Let me know and maybe I'll look into it. But for now, if you liked that video, again, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support, and click on that notification bell to be notified of future videos, and I'll check you in a future video.